Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Are you a sports fan who loves to bet? Do you want to get the latest insights and analysis to help you make informed betting decisions? Then look no further than the Sports Betting Podcast on WBSN Sports.
Join Gabriel Shry for expert analysis and insider information on the biggest games and events in sports betting. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or just getting started, our podcast will help you stay ahead of the game.
And the best part? You can find us on WBSNSports.com and places like YouTube, Spotify, and even select radio partners.
So what are you waiting for? Join the team at WBSN Sports for the ultimate sports betting experience. Tune in to the podcast today and start winning big.
Tune in today via WBSNSports.com.
Just like a
At the Salvation Army, a meal isn't just a meal. It's fuel for imagination, determination, and dreams. It's energy to be role models, change makers, and to just be kids. With your gift, a full meal means a full heart, a full night's sleep, and a future full of possibilities.
Get the message of your company here. And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Shry Media. Find us at shrymedia.com.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Concord, Ohio. Bright, sunshiny afternoon baseball game. This is game 2 of a 2-game doubleheader coming to you free live on the Midwest Sports Network Select Radio Partners, live on Line 3 HD. I'm Gabriel Sly. We appreciate you joining us. Game 1, an 11-4 win for the Polar Bears of Ohio Northern University. So Muskingum University Fighting Muskies obviously looking to turn things around here in game number 2, and it'll be interesting to see if they're able to pull that off. We're We're getting started here in just a moment with the top of the first. Our first batter
Stepping
up right now.
Jason Murphy.
Jason Murphy pitching today here for the Muskies. Four and a half ERA. 30 innings pitched this season. First at the plate, Dakota Durick. 0-1. Durick a 160 batting average this season. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Big swing. That's strike one. Count is 1-1 here on MWSN. Here's the delivery. Maybe looking for a bunt there. Got a piece of it. Count goes to 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped right side, handled and delivered to first. He's gone. One away here on the top of the first. Durick cut down on his way to first base. Junior left fielder next at bat for the Polar Bears. Logan Stevens, wearing number 30. 92 appearances at the plate this season, entering the doubleheader. 13 runs, 28 hits. Here's the pitch. Stevens hangs back. That's a ball. His batting average .304 this season. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Gets a piece of it. Popped up left side, floating out there near the foul line, just in the outfield, and he's gone. The fly out, gathered up by Tiki from left field. Two away here on the top of the first between Ohio Northern University and Muskingum University. Next at the plate is Corey McMahon, the senior. Here's the pitch, and fouled off left side. Strike one. McMahon, a .311 average at the plate this season. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Popped up, flying back left side towards the fence. Looks like it's inside of the park, and Reeder is going to go ahead and put McMahon away. That'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the first and be back here on the Midwest Sports Network. On the Midwest Sports Network, entering the bottom of the first. And a rough start for Durick, Stevens, McMahon, and the Polar Bears of Ohio Northern University. 3 batters, 3 outs. Retired the side very quickly. Jason Murphy, the freshman pitcher, looking great. We'll get a look at the Fighting Muskies in just a moment. Game 1 in this series here today was an 11-4 win for Ohio Northern and the Polar Bears. Obviously, they don't want to start Game 2 cold, and we'll see how they can respond defensively here as we get our first look at the Fighting Muskies at the plate. Bottom of the first, we're scoreless here on MWSN. I'm Gabriel Fry. Sam Palmieri at the plate now. Tommy Willard delivering the ball. Here's the pitch. Palmieri hangs back. That's strike one. Palmieri, a .319 batting average this season and 69 appearances at the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Palmieri, that's a ball. Stood by, patient on that one. 18 runs, 22 hits for the freshman batter. He's even had a home run this year. Willard, the 1-1 pitch. That's outside as well, ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled, and bouncing around down there in the dirt. Count is 2-2. No outs. It's the bottom of the first. Our first look at the Muskingum University Fighting Muskies at the plate and at bat here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. We're scoreless on MWSN. We saw 3 batters in the top of the first very quickly retired. Palmieri, here's the pitch, and he is hit. He'll walk down to first. That looked a bit painful. Tommy Willard, the senior pitcher, just over 2 ERA average. Pitched 34 innings this season. 8 earned runs. Next at bat here for Muskingum and the Fighting Muskies is Dominic Gorence. Gorence, the third baseman. Willard, the delivery. Gorence bunts this. It's loose, and they'll say he fouled. That'll be strike 1. Gorence, 25 hits this season, good for a .385 batting average. Tommy Willard, the 0-1 pitch. This one's just inside. That's strike 2. Count is 0-2 for Dominic Gorence. Willard looks over to first. Now he's going to try and catch Palmieri off the plate. Can't get to him. Standing a couple of feet away from the base there, he was able to get back in time. Fighting Muskies are at bat right now. Here's the pitch to Gorence. Gorence, a big swing, and he strikes out. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Muskingum University at the plate. Looking to get off to a hot start. They lost 11-4 in Game 1. Sophomore infielder Weston Mielek next up to the plate. His batting average an impressive .457. 81 appearances at the plate this season. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, chopped at and fouled off into the backstop. Count is 0-1. Palmieri standing on first. Mielek at bat. Willard checking on Palmieri. Tosses this over to first base. He's able to get back in time. We're scoreless here in New Concord, Ohio. Willard, the 0-1 pitch. And going to first again, nearly caught Palmieri. Split out from the base there. He gave himself about a 10-foot head start. Had to hustle to get back in time. Count is 1-1, 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Fighting Muskies at bat. Weston Mielek, the man at the plate at the moment, sophomore. Here's the pitch. He stands by. That's ball 2. Tommy Willard put some juice on that one. Count is 2-1. One away. Willard, the delivery. Mielek hangs off. Great fake by the catcher there. Stet Schultz, the catcher for Ohio Northern, pump faked like he was going to go over to first. Tosses it back to Tommy Willard. Willard, the 2-2 pitch. Chopped at, fouled off left side. Mielek stays alive. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Weston Mielek at the plate, taking his cuts. Sam Palmieri standing over on first base, well, more like about 12 foot from the base. Polar Bears keep trying to catch him off. Here's the 2-2 pitch. swung on, got a good piece of that, driven back, deep left side, comes down inside of the park, and good for the double. What a play by the Fighting Muskies. Weston Mielek drove that one left side up along the edge of the fence. Fielded there by Stevens. Stevens got it back very quickly, winning the man on second base. But able to beat him there, Weston Mielek. Now runners on third and second. Gavin Hawk, the junior, catcher next at bat for the Fighting Muskies with 2 runners on and 1 away here in the bottom of the first. We're still scoreless. Here's the delivery. Had some juice on it. That's ball 1. Hawk a .405 batting average, 37 appearances on the season. 13 runs, 15 hits. Here's the pitch. Hawk swings, fouled, and rolling around by his feet. Count is 1-1. Palmieri standing on third. Mielek on second after an impressive double. Bottom of the first, 1 away, scoreless on MWSN. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Chopped left side, escapes into the outfield. 1 runner makes it home. And the single scores 1, so it's 1-0. The Fighting Muskies with a lead here on the Midwest Sports Network. Great run there. Sam Palmieri, the freshman, was standing on third base. As soon as that was chopped, he took off, showed off the wheels. And Gavin Hawk just able to get that one snuck into the outfield. Toby Tiki, the sophomore, next to the bat. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Willard, the delivery. Bunted. And it's foul. Tiki just put the pipe on that one. Came down about 4 foot beyond the foul line. If that had come down in play, looked like there would have been enough time for Weston Mielek to have reached home plate. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. A 1-run lead for the Fighting Muskies. Here's the delivery by Willard. Bunted again, this time to the right side. And safe. At home plate, it's 2-0 Fighting Muskies. Weston Mielek showing off the wheels and hustling to get across there. Toby Tiki's bunt lofted to the right side, just inside of the foul line. Armstrong came down to scoop it up and handle it and hesitated for just a moment. It gave Mielek the time he needed to reach home. 1 away, a 2-run advantage, 2-0 for the Fighting Muskies here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Hanging back, Alex Santacrocci. .297 batting average, 37 appearances at the plate, 6 hits on this season to this point. Tommy Willard, the 0-1 pitch. Hanging back, that's a ball. 2 runners on here with 1 away. Runner standing out on second, runner standing on first. Tiki, the hero, who just bunted in a second run over on first. Willard, the 1-1 delivery. Hanging back. Santacrocci doesn't want to get too eager and bite. That's ball 2. Willard looking behind himself at second base. Now here's the pitch. Chopped left side, and this one nearly escapes into the outfield. It will. Escapes the reach of the third baseman, and so now the bases are loaded for the Fighting Muskies. Santacrocci gets a little bit of luck right there. Reed couldn't quite handle that effectively. Stevens comes up, gathers it, but not in time, as now the bases are loaded. And Wyatt Reeder is up to bat, the junior. .283 average. 17 hits this season. He has hit 1 home run. Tommy Willard, here's the delivery. Reeder hangs off. Willard, the 0-1 pitch, fouled off, deep left side. That's strike two. Or excuse me, that's strike one. Two-run advantage, 2-0 for the Muskies. Here in the bottom of the first, one away, bases are loaded. Willard, the 1-1 pitch. Bunted, and able to get underneath of that one. Impressive play by Willard right there, rushing up towards home plate, gets underneath of it, gloves it carefully, 2 away in the bottom of the first. The bases remain loaded as Wyatt Reeder heads back to the dugout. Now the junior Quentin Collins next up to the plate. The outfielder, a .288 batting average this season and 60 appearances at the plate. 17 hits on the year for him. Here's his first look at Willard. That's a strike. 2 away, bottom of the first, bases loaded for Collins. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, 2 strikes already for Quentin Collins. This one sails over our heads back into the parking lot. The 0-2 pitch. Collins, a big swing, and nothing doing for him. He strikes out, and that'll retire the side. We'll be back in New Concord, Ohio. It's a 2-run lead for the Fighting Muskies. Can the Polar Bears come back? We'll find out in just a moment what they'll do in the top of the second.
At the Salvation Army, a meal isn't just a meal. It's fuel for imagination, determination, and dreams. It's energy to be role models, change makers, and to just be kids. With your gift, a full meal means a full heart, a full night's sleep, and a future full of possibilities.
Are you a sports fan who loves to bet? Do you want to get the latest insights and analysis to help you make informed betting decisions? Then look no further than the Sports Betting Podcast on WBSN Sports.
Join Gabriel Schrei for expert analysis and insider information on the biggest games and events in sports betting. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or just getting started, our podcast will help you stay ahead of the game.
And the best part? You can find us on WBSNSports.com and places like YouTube, Spotify, and even select radio partners.
So what are you waiting for? Join the team at WBSN Sports for the ultimate sports betting experience. Tune in to the podcast today and start winning big.
Tune in today via WBSNSports.com.
Just like a
on the Midwest Sports Network, it's game 2 of a doubleheader between the Muskingum University Fighting Muskies and the Ohio Northern University Polar Bear. Right now, the Polar Bear are trailing 2 runs in the bottom of the first, batted in by the Fighting Muskie. They did leave the bases loaded, so they can't be too happy about that. But a 2-0 lead is nothing to sneeze at, especially when the Polar Bear won game number 1, 11-4. So they're looking to take advantage and capitalize on their early lead, and we'll see if they can do it here shortly as Ohio Northern is back at the plate. Thanks for being with us here in New Concord, Ohio. Beautiful sunshiny day for baseball on the Midwest Sports Network. Jacob Wenning at the plate. Here's the pitch. He hangs back. That's ball 1. Delivered beautifully by Jason Murphy. 4.5 ERA. Second pitch is chopped left side, and he's cut down at first base. Mielek snags that, and it's handled by Palmieri. The first out for the Polar Bear. Jacob Wenning heads back to the dugout. Here comes number 10, Nate Webb. Webb, a .309 batting average and 81 appearances this season coming into the contest. 25 hits for him. Here's the pitch. Webb chops this one left side. Mielek again, and cut down as Palmieri handles it. 2 away. Rough start to the top of the second. This is the same thing that happened in the top of the first to the Polar Bear. Again, they won game number 1, 11-4. Chase Armstrong at the plate, the freshman first baseman, a .396 batting average, 48 appearances so far this season. Here's the pitch. Armstrong hangs off, ball 1. 2 away already in the top of the second. The Fighting Muskie leading 2-0. 1-0 pitch. Chopped right side, nearly escapes into the outfield, and it is bumbled, so he'll make it to first. Chase Armstrong nearly was cut down there. That one took a rolling, hopping bounce, and Kaiser got his glove on it. But he fumbled with it for just a moment before he could pick it up and flip it over to Palmieri, so that was all the time Chase Armstrong needed to make it. And now we'll see Andrew Steckschulte, sophomore catcher at bat. Checking on our man over at first, Chase Armstrong. Jason Murphy flipped this over to Palmieri. 2 away in the top of the second. Here's the first pitch for Steckschulte. He swings. That's strike 1. Steckschulte, a .250 batting average and 36 appearances at the plate this season. Hangs off, that's strike 1. Count is 1-1, or excuse me, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Roped right side. It's bouncing and handled by the pitcher. Steckschulte's gone. 3 outs. That'll retire the side. A very quick top of the second, just like the top of the first for the Polar Bear. We'll see the Fighting Muskies and their offense capitalize. They lead 2-0 already. Bottom of the second coming up. Midwest Sports Network.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Get the message of your company here. And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Shry Media. Find us at shrymedia.com.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
Thank you for being with us. Two-run lead. It's 2-0. The Fighting Muskies leading the Polar Bear of Ohio Northern University. NCAA Division III Baseball on NWSN. I'm Gabriel Fry. Thank you for tuning in. We've reached the bottom of the second, where now the Fighting Muskies will be back at the plate. We'll see if they can take advantage. Nate Kaiser leading off the bottom of the second. Here's the delivery. Kaiser looking for the bunt. Looks like he took a shot to the elbow there. Maybe not. Hit the bottom of the bat. He'll stay at the plate. Tommy Lillard pitching for the Polar Bear. Just over 2 ERA average. This one's a bent outside. Count is 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled off behind us. Goes over the backstop into the parking lot. Kaiser, 250 batting average. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hanging off, that's ball 2. 6 hits, 6 runs this season for the junior infielder. Willard, the 2-2 pitch. Kaiser chops this left side. It's got some air underneath of it, right near the foul line and the fence, and this one goes foul. Looks like they may have been able to get underneath of this. They did. He's gone. Stevens was right near the foul line there and actually off screen. I'm broadcasting this game remotely, and Stevens handles it along the foul line, sending Kaiser back to the dugout. San Palmieri back to the top of the batting order. Here's his first pitch. Popped up, right side, right near the fence, and this one is gathered up by McMahon. McMahon comes underneath of it, the right outfielder. 2 away already in the bottom of the second. Dominic Gorans, the senior infielder, a .385 batting average, 25 hits this season, was 2 away in the bottom of the second. He comes to the plate. It's a 2-0 lead, 2 runs, the advantage of the Fighting Muskie. Here's Gorans' first pitch. That's a ball. Just the bottom of the second, both runs in the bottom of the first for Muskingum University. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Willard throws a strike. Count is 1-1 with 2 away in the bottom of the second. Willard, here's the delivery. Gorans holds off. That's strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. Gorans tipped fouled off behind us. Staying alive there. Tommy Willard looks around. Now here's the 1-2 delivery. Chopped right side and caught just inside of the infield there by Kaiser. That'll retire the side. We'll go to the top of the third. It's the Midwest Sports Network in New Concord, Ohio, where the Fighting Muskies lead 2-0. Here on the Midwest Sports Network. Thanks for being with us. We're in New Concord, Ohio. The Fighting Muskie have a 2-run advantage over the polar bear of Ohio Northern. Hunter Cowser, the sophomore third baseman, leading off the top of the third for Muskingum University. Here's the delivery. Wanted to bunt that one. Rolls about in the dirt. Ball 1. Jason Murphy, the pitcher, on top of the mound. It's ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Cowser swings on that. Foul. That'll be strike 1. 238 batting average for Cowser this season. limited appearances, 21 at the plate coming into today's contest. The 2-1 pitch, popped up left side, floating back towards the fence, and handled there by Tiki. Tiki grabs this.
Number 4, Robbie Reed.
They'll say Tiki dropped it. So Tiki drops the ball. Would have been an easy fly out there for Muskingum and the Fighting Muskies. And that'll send Kowser down to first. Now Robbie Reed, the freshman shortstop, up to bat. Wearing number 4, 148 batting average this season, 61 appearances at the plate for the Polar Bear. Murphy, the delivery. Holds off, trying to steal second. Kowser going for it, putting the gas on it right here. He didn't make it. Cut down at second base. I promise he's really out this time, and he'll head back to the dugout. One away in the top of the third. One strike now for Robbie Reed. Jason Murphy, the 0-1 pitch. That's a ball. Murphy, the delivery. Shot to left side, gathered up there, a race to first base, and he is cut down. 2 away in the top of the third. The Polar Bear, their third inning in a row, off to a rocky start here in New Concord. There's the delivery. Holds off. That's a ball. Dakota Durek, the junior, at the plate. 160 batting average. Here's the pitch. Durek chopped up in foul territory to our right, just inside of play, and he's gone. My goodness, 3 innings in a row, 3 and out for Ohio Northern and the Polar Bear. We'll see if they can turn it around. In the bottom of the third, it's the Fighting Muskies return to the plate. Midwest Sports Network. Concord, Ohio, where it's a 2-run lead, 2-0 for the Fighting Muskies of Muskingum University. They've been electric, and we're entering the bottom of the third inning here, where the Polar Bear have been able to get no traction. Just a reminder, you can follow us on social media at MWSN Sports. It's the Midwest Sports Network. I'm Beaver Fry, bringing you all of the action here today. We appreciate you being with us. Not a whole lot doing in the last couple of innings. A hot start for Muskingum. The bases were loaded when they retired the side in the bottom of the first. That's where they got their 2 runs. And this 2-run lead, it's 2-0 against the Polar Bear of Ohio Northern. Game 1 was a Polar Bear win, a big one for Ohio Northern University, 11-4. But the tides may have shifted. We'll see if things change as this contest goes on. Here comes the Muskingum Fighting Muskie back to the plate. Willard on the mound. Pitching here for the Polar Bear. Weston Mielek at the plate. Here's the pitch. He fouls this one off right side. Sails out of play and over the fence. He's safe. Strike 1. Bottom of the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Mielek hangs back. That's strike two. Sophomore infielder, 37 hits this season, 23 runs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Mielek swings hard. That's strike three. He's headed back to the dugout. Gavin Hawk will take his place at the plate, the junior catcher, a .405 batting average.
Number 19, Gavin Hawk.
One away here at the bottom of the third as Mielek struck out. Willard, that had some juice on it, gets a hold of it. Hawk driven left side into the outfield, rolling up towards the fence. It's gathered there, and he'll stop at first. Gavin Hawk with a beautiful single here in the bottom of the third to get things started for the Fighting Muskies. Sophomore Toby Tiki has been very effective in the outfield here today. He'll return to the plate. .352 batting average for Tiki. Willard looks to first now. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Strike one. Hawk on first. Tiki at the plate. One away in the bottom of the third. Willard, the 0-1 pitch. Holding off. That's ball one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tiki, a big swing there. That's strike two. One away in the bottom of the third. Toby Tiki at the plate. Willard checks on Hawk over at first. Standing a pace or two beyond the base and had to dive to get back in time. One away in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Willard jumps over this as it's roped towards the center of the field. He's cut down, and the double play will retire the side here on the Midwest Sports Network. Big-time stuff from the Polar Bear. We'll be back with more NCAA baseball in just a moment.
At the Salvation Army, a meal isn't just a meal. It's fuel for imagination, determination, and dreams. It's energy to be role models, change makers, and to just be kids. With your gift, a full meal means a full heart, a full night's sleep, and a future full of possibilities.
Are you a sports fan who loves to bet? Do you want to get the latest insights and analysis to help you make informed betting decisions? Then look no further than the Sports Betting Podcast on WBSN Sports.
Join Gabriel Schrei for expert analysis and insider information on the biggest games and events in sports betting. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or just getting started, our podcast will help you stay ahead of the game.
And the best part? You can find us on WBSNSports.com and places like YouTube, Spotify, and even select radio partners.
So what are you waiting for? Join the team at WBSN Sports for the ultimate sports betting experience. Tune in to the podcast today and start winning big.
Tune in today via WBSNSports.com.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Welcome back here on the Midwest Sports Network, entering the top of the eighth. And it's all Polar Bear. They had a rough start, trailing 2-0 through the first 3 innings. Since then, it's been all Ohio Northern University. In the top of the fourth, 2 runs made it a tie ball game. Added 2 more in the top of the fifth, added 1 in the top of the sixth, and added 2 more in the top of the seventh. So 4 straight innings with a run scored for the Polar Bear. They'd love to continue that streak here in the top of the eighth and really get a couple of put-away runs, if you will. They won game number 1, 11-4 in this doubleheader. They've just been electric this season. We're here in New Concord, Ohio. Thanks for being with us on MWSN. You can follow us on social media at MWSN Sports. Baldwin Wallace got the sweep. Final score is in. Number 6 ranked Baldwin Wallace picked up an OAC doubleheader sweep over number 16 Marietta College. Scores of 2-1 and 7-3 on Fisher Field. Things looking good, looking up for them in Division III action. Penn State Harrisburg also swept St. Mary's in Maryland to extend their win streak to 14 in a row. Big time stuff. Thanks for being with us here on the Midwest Sports Network. I'm Gabriel Shrine. We're about to get back underway as the Polar Bear are coming to the plate. Should be Reed here. This is Robbie Reed leading off the top of the 8th here on MWSN. Facing Jason Murphy. Murphy throws out the first pitch. That's strike one. A 5-run advantage for the Polar Bear. Robbie Reed would love to extend that here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Reed holds off. That's ball one. The 1-1 pitch. Just outside. Ball two here on the top of the 8th. Murphy, the delivery. This one is low, and that'll be ball 3. Count is 3-1. Jason Murphy, here's the pitch. Just going to walk Reed up to first. It's a 5-run ball game. Polar Bears have a big advantage here. Their man has walked up to first base.
Number 9, Sam Sells.
Sam Sells, sophomore from Lewis Center High School. Oh, he takes the pitch here. Hitting the back of the head. He looks to be all right. He'll walk down to first. Glad to see he's okay. Didn't expect that at all. And the meeting of the minds out on the mound here. New Concord, Ohio, there's one thing only. Muskingum University, the largest entity inside of New Concord, Ohio. Population of 2,500. Muskingum's enrollment is 1,400. Creates 100 jobs for New Concord, Ohio. They have 120 academic staff members. Logan Stevens.
Logan Stevens.
Batting average 304. Over 100 appearances at the plate this season, 28 hits. Here's the delivery. Holds back, that's ball one. Runners on, 2 runners walked. Runner on second, runner on first. Sam got hit with a pitch. Reed just walked on ball 4 to lead off the top of the 8th. Here's the 1-0 pitch, that's strike one. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled off, right side. Clatters off of the fencing. Grounding bouncer. Count is 1-2. Stevens at the plate, 2 runners on, none away here in the top of the 8th. A 5-run advantage for the Polar Bears. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Stevens gets a hold of this. It's in foul territory. He's in danger. We'll see if this one comes down or not. Runners advance to third and second. And Stevens is gone. Collins got over there, got underneath of it. Handles it easily. And on the fly out, 1 away here in the top of the 8th. Corey McMahon, the senior, .311 batting average, 28 hits this season. right fielder. Had a great season here. One away, 2 runners on. Here's the delivery. It's the ball. Reed is on third. Sam is on second. Polar Bear have 1 away here in the top of the 8th. Here's the delivery. Roped left side, and shortstop just barely able to pick this up. Polar Bear man is cut down at the plate. Reed couldn't outrun the ball. 2 away here in the top of the 8th. Jacob Wenning, second baseman, the senior, 256 batting average, 23 hits this season. Runners on the corners. Sam is on third. McMahon is on first. Wenning. Here's the pitch. Swung on, driven back, deep center. Looks like this will come down in play, and yes, it will. Reeder will retire the side. So the Fighting Muskies still alive going into the bottom of the 8th. We'll see if they can turn it around. NCAA Baseball and WSN. A 5-run advantage for the Polar Bear of Ohio Northern. In fact, they had scored a run in their last 4 innings, the top of the 8th. The Fighting Muskies able to hold them scoreless. It gives Muskingum University a chance to stage some kind of comeback, but it would have to start right now. We'll see what happens. Entering the bottom of the 8th here on the Midwest Sports Network in New Concord. Thank you for being with us wherever you may be. Here's the pitch. It's a ball. Dominic Gorence. That's strike 1. Gorence, a .385 batting average. 25 hits this season. This team needs 5 runs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He hangs back. That's ball 2. Bottom of the 8th here on the Midwest Sports Network between the Fighting Muskies and the Polar Bear. 2-1 pitch. Gorence holds off again. That's ball 3. 21 runs this season for the senior infielder. Willard. Here's the delivery. Strike 2, a full count now. Dominic Gorence. Full count pitch from Willard. Swung on, chopped left side, handled by the third baseman, a race to first, and he's gone. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Polar Bear looking to retire this contest as quickly as possible, obviously. Weston Mielek, seen a lot of him today. He's made some great plays. Retired the side a few times in the outfield. Mielek, a .457 batting average. 37 hits this season. Here's the pitch. He's hit. He'll walk to first. Sophomore nicked on the elbow. The ump says up. He's going down to first. One away here in the bottom of the 8th. Gavin Hawk next to the plate. Junior catcher. 405 batting average, 15 hits this year. Limited appearances at the plate, just 37 entering today's doubleheader. Here's the pitch, Hawk. Stands by, that's strike one. One away here in the bottom of the 8th. Moments ago, Mielek was walked down to first where he stands. It's a 5-run differential, the advantage of the polar bear. Here's the pitch. Willard's pitch is swung on, fouled off, back behind us, over the top of the backstop into the parking lot. Fighting Muskies, trailing by 5. Trying to claw their way back here on the bottom of the 8th. One away, here's the 0-2 pitch. Shot to left side, escapes the reach of the third baseman. Big time single there. 2 runners on. Mielek standing up on second base. Gavin Hawk standing on first. Here comes Toby Tiki. Tiki, the sophomore, at .352 batting average. 19 hits this season. Looks like we'll get a little meeting of the minds here. While we do, we'll look at the standings for Division III NCAA Baseball. Who's on top? How are things looking for the remainder of the season? Give me a year and a half to pull up the standings so I can read them to you from my laptop. Here we go. Birmingham Southern is on top, 17 first place votes. 27-3 this year. They're good for 612 points. Right behind them, Salisbury. They're 20-3 on the year. Shenandoah, 23-2. Johns Hopkins, 20-2. Eastern Connecticut, 5th place. Baldwin-Wallace, 6th. Endicott, 7th. Lynchburg, 8th. LaGrange, 9th. And UW Whitewater is 10th. LaGrange is right near where I live. Southeast Tennessee. They're a couple hours from my house. One member of the coaching staff, Adrian College alumni. It's where I did my undergrad. A little fun fact for you. Got those D3 baseball ties. One away in the bottom of the 8th. After the meeting on the mound, about to get back underway here. Toby Tiki at the plate, batting for the Fighting Muskie. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Runner on second, runner on first. Mielek standing out on second. Hawk on first. 5-run advantage for the polar bear. Here's the pitch from their man Willard. That's a bit wild. It's a ball. Tiki and the Muskie looking to string together some plays here in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-1 pitch. Tiki swings on it, driven back, right side, towards the fence, and this one comes down in play. He's gone. McMahon, with the sun at his back, able to handle that one easily. 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Senior outfielder Alex Santa Cruz, 297 batting average, 11 hits this season. Next at the plate with 2 away, runners on the corners. Mielek advanced from second to third there. Hawk stayed put on first. Here's the pitch. Santa Cruz stands by. That's strike one. The 0-1. That's a ball. A couple of foot outside of the strike zone there. Santa Cruz has runners on the corners here in the bottom of the 8th in a 5-run ball game. It's 7-2. ONU and the Polar Bears lead as Willard delivers the 1-1 ball. Stechel wanted to toss that over to first. Hawk got back quickly there. He saw him looking his way. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, driven back deep right side. Will it get down inside? He's gone. And that'll retire the side. We go to the top of the ninth where the Polar Bear have one final chance to extend their 5-run lead. It's the Midwest Sports Network. What will likely be our final inning here on the Midwest Sports Network, the top of the ninth. Ohio Northern's Polar Bear will return to the plate. They won game one of this doubleheader, 11-4. They lead by 5 runs now, 7-2. They were scoreless through 3 innings. It was a 2-0 lead for the Fighting Muskie of Muskingum University. Then 2 runs in the top of the 4th, 2 runs in the top of the 5th, a run in the top of the 6th, and 2 more runs in the top of the 7th. 4 straight innings with runs scored made it 7-2. Nothing in the top of the 8th. We'll see what they can do here in the top of the 9th. The Fighting Muskie would love to retire the side quickly and get a chance to win this ball game here on their home turf in New Concord, Ohio. Gabriel Fry here bringing you all the action. NCAA Division III baseball action. Thank you for tuning in wherever you may be. Steve Webb has had a great season for the Polar Bear, 309 batting average. Here's his first look. That's strike 1. Webb had an RBI, 2 runs, 2 hits in game 1 of this series. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Webb hangs off. That's ball 1. A 5-run ball game. Polar Bear leading, 7-2. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Webb stands by for ball 2. Top of the 9th. The Muskie pitch. That's ball 3. Chiefs and Murphy from the top of the mound. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on. Webb gets a hold of this. Deep left side. That's a NORAD project. Oh my goodness. The missile is gone. It's 8-2 Polar Bear. Oh my goodness. Nate Webb, his 6th home run of the season. Incredible, and you can hear parents joking, hit the weight room, hide the women and children. This man is on the loose. First base freshman Chase Armstrong to follow that performance. Not away here on the top of the 9th. It's an 8-2 ball game, a 6-run advantage to the Polar Bear. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Armstrong, 396 batting average, 3 home runs at this point on the season. Looked like he wanted to swing on the second pitch he sees there. That's a ball. Got a little argument here. Here's the pitch. That's a ball. Polar Bear coaching staff not happy with a strike that was called. Count is 2-1, none away here in the top of the ninth. 6-run ball game, Polar Bear lead. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Got a hold of it. Armstrong drives this right side just over the head of the second baseman into the outfield. He'll be safe for the single. Great look for Chase Armstrong right there.
Number 36, Andrew Steck-Schulte.
Sophomore Streck Schulte right here, 250 batting average. 9 runs this season, 16 hits. And playing great as the catcher here today. First pitch popped up. Goes foul. Straight back behind us here over the top of our heads. That'll be good for strike one. Not away in the top of the ninth. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Steck Schulte swung on that one. Strike two. Runner on first. The 0-2 pitch. Steck Schulte swings hard. That's strike three. One away here in the top of the ninth. Jason Murphy delivered a beautiful ball, had some juice on the back end. Cowser, sophomore, third baseman, 238 batting average. Here's the pitch. Holds off on this one. Chase Armstrong is trying to steal second. They'll say he's safe there. Armstrong a few moments ago roped one over the top of the head of the second baseman. Kaiser just couldn't get a hold of it, escaped the grasp of his glove. Reeder cleaned it up, got it over to Palmieri at first. It wasn't in time, though. The single, how he got on base, now he steals second. Count is 0-1. Here's the pitch. That's ball one. Cowser at the plate with one away. Count is 1-1 here in the top of the ninth. The home run a few moments ago. Beautifully hit by Nate Webb. Made it a 6-run ball game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's strike two. Eight 8-2 is the score here on the Midwest Sports Network. Polar Bear leading big. One away in the top of the ninth. Jason Murphy looking at second base now. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Way outside, ball two. He's looking back at second. Chase Armstrong, the only runner on base. That's where he stands. Sun cresting behind the trees here. And Murphy, the 2-2 pitch. Popped up right side. Near the center of the outfield, caught, and he's gone. Two away here in the top of the ninth. Cowser got some air under that one. Collins comes up, greets the baseball. Two away here in the top of the ninth. Chase Armstrong, the man on base, runner standing on second. Here's the ball. Robbie Reed, the freshman shortstop at the plate. 148 batting average. And checking down, Jason Murphy tosses to second where Kaiser's standing. Chase Armstrong back to the base in time. Two away in the top of the ninth. Murphy, here's the 1-0 pitch. That was low, ball two. Two away, top of the ninth. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Robbie Reed stands by. That's strike one. The freshman with 9 hits this season. He has hit one home run. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Then outside, that's ball 3. A 6-run ball game. Polar Bear leading 8-2. Murphy checks down, trying to catch Chase Armstrong off the bag. He gets back in time. Freshman had a hustle to get back. 2 away here in the top of the 9th. Fighting Muskie trying to retire the side. Murphy from on top of the mound. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fouled off. Back up over our heads into the parking lot. And now a full count for Robbie Reed. 2 away in the top of the 9th. Murphy, the full count pitch. Robbie Reed swings, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th on the Midwest Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. The bottom of the 9th coming up in just a moment. Ohio Northern's Polar Bear have been electric. Fighting Muskie fell 11-4 in Game 1 to ONU. They came out great here to start the first few innings. Retired 3 batters immediately in the top of the 1st, top of the 2nd, top of the 3rd. They left the bases loaded in the bottom of the 1st, but batted in 2 great runs. And the Polar Bear came alive. In the top of the 4th, it was 2 runs to make it a tie. 2 runs in the top of the 5th to make it a 4-2 lead. A run in the top of the 6th to extend that lead to 3 runs, and then 2 more runs to make it a 7-2 ball game in the top of the 7th. Then nothing in the top of the 8th, and Webb just cranked a home run in the top of the 9th. It makes it a 6-run ball game here entering the bottom of the 9th. 8-2. Ohio Northern University Polar Bear lead. Now we'll get a look at the Fighting Muskie. Our last chance to stage a comeback here on the Midwest Sports Network. Wyatt Reeder, the junior outfielder, at the plate for Muskingum University. 283 batting average this season. Here's the delivery by Willard. He hangs back this one, skiffs off the dirt, and the catcher pops up. That'll be a ball. One-0 pitch. Chopped right side over to the first baseman. A race there. The pitcher comes down. Willard gathers it cleanly. 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Great play by Armstrong. Drove back, got a hold of the ball. Just flipped it right over to Willard. With 1 away in the bottom of the 9th in a 6-run ball game, Here's the pitch. It's off. Jake Hemrod at the plate for Muskingum. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's a ball as well. Two-0 pitch. Ball 3. Wyatt Reeder tagged out just a moment ago at first, the junior. Roped it to his right side. Gathered up by the first baseman and flipped to the pitcher. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Strike 1. 1 away. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fouled off, back behind us, over the top of the backstop and into the parking lot. That'll fill the count. With 1 away, the full count pitch. Into the dirt, ball 4. Jake Hemrod walks up to first. Fighting Muskie will take it here in the bottom of the 9th, trailing by 6 runs. Pinch hitter here is Peyton Carr, infielder junior from Ellaville, Georgia. Played for Southeast Bullitt County High School. Hemrod on first. 1 away in the bottom of the 9th in an 8-2 ball game where ONU leads. Muskingum at the plate. Here's the first pitch Carr will see. It's a ball trying to catch Hemrod off of the plate here. He gets back to the bag just in time.
Running at first base, number 7, Bryce Shaw.
You probably heard that, but from Johnstown, out of Johnstown Monroe High School, junior infielder Bryce Shaw. Pinch running at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off, back up into the backstop right in front of us here. Count is 1-1. 1 away in the bottom of the 9th. Peyton Carr standing at the plate. 1-1 delivery. Big swing, strike 2. Fighting Muskies trailing by 6 runs. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Ball 2. Bryce Shaw looked like he wanted to go there, and the catcher flashed his glove, flashed his hand, wanted to toss it over. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Shot. Popped up left side into the outfield. This one gets down. Shaw safe at third. Carr safe at second. Some really, really good luck for Carr right there. Or maybe it's skill. I don't know. Stevens, the left fielder, couldn't get to the ball in time. Came down just in front of him as he dove for it. By the time he got up and gathered himself, the double play. Carr has a pitch runner on for him as well. Andy Uran, junior from Ostrander. Played for Buckeye Valley High School. Shot. Back deep. Towards the fence. He's gone, but the base runners are coming here. One's home. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, 1 run. Coming back in favor of the Fighting Muskies. .25 batting average, 25 hits this season. Lawrence holds off. That's strike one. 2 away in the bottom of the ninth. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lawrence, that's strike 2. Standing by on 2 in a row. Count is 0-2. Here's the delivery. Lawrence holds off. That's strike 3, and that's the ball game. And what a win it was for Ohio Northern University. The Polar Bears, that's a big one. Muskingum gave it everything they had. The Fighting Muskies just couldn't hang in there. Our final tally, 8-3, the victory for the Polar Bear of Ohio Northern. Of course, they won game number 1, 11-4 as well. Big thanks to you for tuning in here on the Midwest Sports Network for the Polar Bear and the Fighting Muskies. I'm Gabriel Fry. Everything's streaming on MWSN. All of our respective platforms and partners is copyright and property of Try Media. Please do not redistribute, repost, restream any of it without express written consent from Try Media. We'll catch you next time. Have a wonderful day.